Hello, lovely Taurians. Thank you for joining me on my channel, Veiled Vision Tarot. How's everyone doing? Today, we'll be doing a general reading for the upcoming month of April. So, please stay tuned. We'll be following the same 9 card spread and the 3 guidance cards from each of the oracle decks on the right hand side. The upcoming videos after the general readings will be love reading as well as a career reading, but this general reading will be the base for all those. Love as well as career readings. This will be a combination and insights for the whole month of April. How's it gonna be? What are your present energies like? If you're facing resistance, what should you be doing? What should you be focusing on in the upcoming month of April? So we'll be navigating all that in this video. So please stay tuned while I cleanse this space and make room for our Taurian energy to show here. So please stay tuned. Hello Taurian, so our cards are now ready. You can see that I've received guidance to pick up 2 cards like wherever necessary. So I've got those cards, and there are a number of cards in our reading because I think we need a lot of guidance. And let's see what the story of each cards we're being told by our cards. Okay, so let's see the first card that we have in hand. So the first card here in hand is Knight of Pentacles. So you are walking, you are you are walking through the space barefoot. You have created your own path. You have all those pentacles in line, and it's a card of a pentacle. So we can see 2 cards here that we've got with the energy of pentacles, and it is in your present energy. So you might be meticulously planning your schedule, or there is a need for planning your schedule. You might be working on getting all those details aligned, and you might be working in a phase or in a place where the daily schedule or the daily routine you're going to work, it's like sort of comfort for you because you've just fallen into that routine. And you might be thinking that it can seem like a mundane task to other people, but I like this routine I am following. I'm like, it's there's no other hassle, you don't have to think about anything else, and it's like you are taking charge of your life. You are you are setting a sustainable pace for yourself to achieve your goals. You are you know what your goals are, and it's you're just taking care of that pace. If you have to run fast, you'll be running fast. If you have to run slow, you'll be running slow. So that's the thing that I can see here. And also you might be focusing on investments or maybe improvements in your home environment, something that adds a long term value. So whatever you're thinking, you are thinking long term as well. You're adjusting your pace, you're thinking about stuff, you're managing your budget, but every and looking at every detail, uh, but also looking at the long term impacts of your decision. And if you're not thinking about long term impacts, it's time to think about the long term impacts of all the decisions that you are currently thinking in the month of April. So that's there. The other thing is, in terms of your growth, you might be you might be working on your skills slowly but steadily. Okay, so you might be working on any like things related to your money or your job or your growth in your company. I can also see that for some people, you are growing in your company. You've been in with that same job for a long period of time, according to you. It might be like 2 years or like maybe 6 months, and it might be a lot of time for you as well, but you are slowly making progress. You know what your long term goals are aligned to, and some of you might also be stuck in a job where you don't see long term significance of sticking to that job, but you're still uh, in the process of doing your job because I think your goals are different, but that's what you really want to currently do, and you know your path, that you are going through this path, and yeah, you're happy with that. Okay, so you're growing, but you know, and building up your skills as well, and you might be attending certain workshops or certain online courses for yourself. Okay, so that's the energy that I can see there for you Taurians. And then the other part is like, so we've used different deck here this time. So this is another new deck. Let's see, like the readings are like, I feel like it's giving like a lot of guidance. So do share comments down below that if this reading has brought more value or more guidance in your life. So here we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the projects that you are working on, you are working on it with a queen energy, but Queen of Pentacles energy. So like I did a reading for Aries, and that, like in the present energy there, it was also a queen, but it was a Queen of Wands. So currently your energy is of a pentacle, so you're very grounded, you are nurturing your projects and relationships, and you know, you're working on those projects with like it's sort of a very nurturing energy that I can see. So you're working on those projects as if you're, like, you know, you're working in a garden and you are sowing the seeds, you're taking care of the plants, uh you know, and brushing those leaves, and you know, trimming those leaves, working in the garden. So it's like, you know, you're working on a garden that you love with all the plants. So it's that same thing for the projects and relationships that you are working on. So you know, in terms of relationships, you know where you want to put effort in and how much effort do you want to put in, how do you want to guide, what is the things that your relationship needs, and you know at what pace you want to move forward in your relationships as well. So it's like not very hasty energy. You know when to speed things up, you know when to take a detour in the course. So you know all those things, and it's either guiding for some people to you know, have this energy where you're tending to the garden and where you're nurturing and thinking about things in your relationship, and with like a hands-on approach. Okay, so it's important for you to create a very stable and comfortable environment for your loved ones as well as yourself. Okay, so you should be thinking about cooking a nutritious meal or planning a family budget where you could be finding satisfaction. So you might be working on the home front, or working on things or nutrition and diet, just staying like working on things that make you stay grounded. Okay, and you know, so you are also the to go person for any advice that people require because of your nurturing nature, and you know, or maybe because you're very home oriented and you know what's right, what's the speed to work on, and you have that power with you as well. So you might be working on planning your family budget as well, where you know, everyone's happy and you're taking care of finances and thinking about stuff, but you're also very rooted in your homely uh, homely work as well. Maybe like as I mentioned before, like cooking a nutritious deal, because you're balancing both of those things very fine. It's like you have an you have a very all-rounder approach to things in your life. Okay, and also you should be embracing sustainability or eco-friendly practices in your daily life. So it also might be very important for you to think of whether the things are sustainable for long term, or what are the eco-friendly practices that you can implement in your daily life. The next card we have here is the Nine of Wands card, and this Nine of Wands energy is what we can say is very you that you're standing your ground. You are there have been some past struggles, but you have come far from there. Okay, you are ready and standing your ground, and you are now ready because you have all that experience with you. You are now ready to face all the struggles that you all the challenges that you are, and you're ready to basically face them heads on. Okay, so it's showing that energy. So you, because of all those past hurt, you might also be very on a very high alert, like probably like double checking everything, double checking your work before submission, or if you're going into a relationship, you might be like double checking or doing all that, checking everything, what sort of person it is, talking to friends, and asking questions, or just making sure, taking a lot of time get into the relationship, because you want to avoid those past mistakes. Even if you're submitting a project, you might be looking at that. You shouldn't be making any significant mistakes that can affect your project in the uh, that can affect your grades, or whatever grades that you are getting in your project, and impact your work. If you're submitting something to your client, or you're working on some stuff hands on, just make sure to double check and be in your zone to work. Okay, have that zone where you are concentrating on your work, and your mind is not just going haywire. Okay, so work on that. And there's also certain protectiveness about whatever things that you have achieved. So you're probably have a wand in your hand, and you're sort of guarding your achievements. It's like, you don't want to get hurt. So it's giving me a lot of mixed energy here. It's related to your work, as well as it's really related to anything that you have put a lot of effort in, whether it be money, or whether it be relationships, whether it's been projects that you have worked a lot to get to that point where uh, you are in a safe state of mind. Okay, so you don't want anyone else to come and just drop these wands that are standing at the back. You don't want to hurt yourself. If you're in a relationship, you don't want to get into the relationships, so you're guarding yourself in terms of that. And also, if you're working on a project, you might be very protective of your work, that okay, I have done this work, and I've these are the things that I have worked on. Is the other person also putting in those same efforts or not? Is my work getting impacted? And like thinking about even money related stuff as well, that I've invested this much in this thing, and related to thoughts as well, the belief systems and values that you have created for yourself, and some other person comes and brings their own opinions and values, and it feels like uh, you've created a strong value system and beliefs with all the past hurt that you have dealt with. So you might be guarding that, because we have these snakes here on the dress that this woman is wearing. And you know it tells you to, if you're falling down, be resilient, and whatever things that you're working for yourself, whether it be personal growth, or like having a fitness or a meditation routine, just stay strong even if you feel that things are a bit shaky. Stand your ground, stand your ground on your beliefs, stand your ground on your you know on the challenges, or don't be very overprotective about it. I know, like, you might be hurt, or you might have faced certain things in the past, but don't be very very overprotective. It's okay to guard yourself, but I think the next card for, or the cups card here, will be guiding us more in that. So we'll be seeing what's happening in this situation here. So the only thing is, like, if you're overly cautious, there might be new opportunities that are coming on to you, and you won't be able to grab them in time, and you'll be overthinking a lot and weighing the pros and cons, what has happened in the past and what is happening in the present. And I think the time will just go away if you don't grab those opportunities in time. So this is you should be ready to face all the challenges. You should not be overthinking and stand your ground, even if there have been a lot of past struggles that you have come through. Okay, so that's there. The next card that we have here is the Seven of Cups. So this is a cups card. It's related to emotions, and it's telling you that you might be facing a lot of choices in your life. You might be feeling overwhelmed, whether it's being deciding on a career path, when each option seems sort of uncertain. There's a lot of uncertainty going on, a lot of daydreaming, fantasizing about what the things could be, just staying in that hallucinating state of mind. And maybe imagining a lot of things, that what's your dream vacation like, what your dream house will be like. There's a difference between manifesting with your thoughts and daydreaming. Okay, so in daydreaming, you're just not focusing on your thoughts. It's like your mind is just going haywire, and you're not bringing a specified direct energy what you on the things that you really want. It's just your mind going here. And in manifesting, you put a lot of energy on the things that you want, right? And you think about it, and you put do action, and then you'll be able to see the results. So but that's a whole different topic. So it's telling you to ground yourself. It's time for you to ground yourself with all those emotions, overwhelming emotions, past hurt, everything. It's time for you to ground yourself in reality when you are making your decisions, right? So you should be thinking practically in terms of these situations where you're feeling overwhelmed, and a lot of things to work on, a lot of things to choose from. And there is a difference between wishful thinking, as I told you about that daydreaming, and wishful thinking, and the goals that are actually possible in practical life. So practicality should also you should also be able to look at things with practicality. Okay, and there's a lot of exploring that you might be doing. And you might be thinking about new hobbies, new interests, because you're doing all that wishful thinking, right? So hobbies, interests, and finding things that really resonate with you, but you're not able to make any decision, or it's very confusing for you. Whenever you think of certain things, you want to do this, there are a lot of options for you, and it just makes you feel overwhelmed, and you're not able to work on tasks. So it's calling for a lot of introspection, and to question that what are the things that you truly desire in your life, and which really bring emotional fulfillment for you, and that are not just out there in the world. And it's like not just material success, not just money, or recognition at your job. What are the other things that you really want in your life? So it's calling for that sort of energy. So before going ahead, we'd want to see that how are these two cards directly? So this is the Knight of Pentacles, and then we have the Queen of Pentacles. So both are Knight and Queen. So together, they tell you that progress should be done, right? Progress or progress should be done, but it should have a nurturing touch. Okay, so think of, like, you're building, not only building a stable foundation for your future through hard work that you are doing, or the practical nature that you have, but you must also ensure that this process is bringing in all the enrichment that you want. Okay, so you're working towards stability, you're working towards progress, you're creating, you're having, you're working on your own speed towards what you actually want and go towards. But you should also have a nurturing touch, whether it be relationships or whether it be your career. Okay, and you know so it's also example. Also, there's one more example also here that tells you that don't think, if you're planning to buy a new home, for example, you shouldn't only be thinking about saving for your home, right? Saving or just planning and everything. You should also bring that care and that nurturing nature that is needed for creating a warm and welcoming environment at your home place or at your workplace. So that is required as well. If you are working towards progress in your relationship as well, you should be thinking about how you can nurture and care for yourself as well. So if you're waiting to hear back from someone, or waiting uh, to see that it's your crush, or where your love life is going, why is that person hasn't proposed to you and everything. So you should also be thinking about, you shouldn't be overthinking that, because we have this nine of wands here as well, right? So you shouldn't be overthinking that, because okay, this had happened in the past, this is what my ex did, or this is my past partner did, and this is what is going to happen. Because then you'll be thinking, and your mind will be going in circles and thinking about, okay, this is where we started and this is where we are ending at. Bring that nurturing, a warm touch in your current relationship. Talk about things that out of your daily routine. Spend time in nature, go out, take that trip, and see how you're able to connect with each other, where you are at with connecting with each other. Maybe the time is not right currently for doing certain stuff, but that doesn't mean that this thing is not for you. Okay, so think and talk about, bring that caring nature. Everyone wants to get talked to in a nice and a beautiful way, in a caring way, and that's what human beings desire at the end in their life. Okay, and we already had this nine of wands. So I already mentioned that despite all uh, despite all the steady progress and the nurturing environment that that you're wanting to create, or you should be creating for yourself. I already told you that, because what are the things that have happened in the past, it's bringing all that into picture. You're thinking about all the challenges, and you just want everything to be like watching out for pests, watching out for people who can interfere in between, and you're like shoo shoo. So you're just keeping all the things, and like, as I told you, like, you're caring for a garden, like uh, watching over things, like as you're nurturing a garden, right? So you are very much in care of what are the pests that are coming, how much time, like, how often do I need to water the garden, and just making sure that you're not just caring for the plants with all the dedication and steady progress, but you're also on the outlook like a scarecrow, that nothing, no birds can come near the progress that is already done. So you're being very watchful. Okay. And this also brings, as I already talked about, introspection, and telling you that in this journey of growth and resilience, mm, so you're also confused. So it's like in a garden, if you are working through making sure no pests are coming in, but there's also another section of the garden where uh, you might be very confused with the choices, that what are the pesticides that I should be using, what are the new seeds that I should be planting, uh, what are the new things that we should be doing together, what are the new goals that our relationship really should be focusing on, where are we going next, and with thinking of all those thoughts in circles, it's just bringing you to a dead end. Okay. So you should be avoiding all that thinking, and make sure and know that, like, if you're carefully catering to the things that you have worked on, and you have put in the energy, the universe isn't going to take that away from you. Okay. So don't be so focused in the complexity of your choices, and you know work work on the things to make sure that the things match with the foundation that you have already built. So whatever choices that you are bringing on, you can't bring in new seeds that, like, are to completely opposite to the soil that it has to be planted in. So I think that's very important to make a note of that. And I think it's very useful to get guidance, and like through the pictures and all that green energy that we can see. So you can probably take screenshots of, like, the cards that I'm showing you, or probably add these in your another playlist on YouTube, or in some notes section, that if through the month it this reading really connected with you, and you want to come back and look at it, you'll be able to really look at the things that we've talked about, and have a different perspective 1 week down the line. Okay. So the next card here that we can see in the resistance position is Four of Wands. So what Four of Wands is really letting us know is that you so there might be, I'm feeling there's some sort of promotion or personal achievement that you have received and you have got, and maybe there's a change of titles, or maybe and a change of titles, or maybe increase in your salary, or some sort of achievement that you might have received, or whether it be like committing to someone, or whether it be getting asked to be married or move in. There's some sort of significant achievement, and it's telling you that there's time for celebration, but there's something stopping you from celebrating that. And I believe it might be because you're always on the lookout, you're looking at past things. uh, but let's see what's the another energy that I'm getting the energy that you're not fully ready to embrace what you have. So it's sort of very, it's sort of reluctance to move forward to the next chapter, or the new thing, that the celebratory news that you might have received. And you're in a very hesitant mode. Okay. Before making that big move. So if someone has asked you to move in with them, or you might have received a promotion, or it's telling me all that, and you might be thinking that you are not in that place yet mentally. Okay. and the pieces don't somehow align with you as well. And it could also be due to wanting everyone's approval. You might be feeling that there is someone who is not approving, uh who's there's something missing. Maybe your person is not approving of it, or there's some sort of manager, or some of your friends, or there might be some decisions that you have taken, and I feel your friends might not approve of it. And although you are with this person, but there's sort of maybe of someone in your family has not approved of it. And uh, it's somehow you're happy, but it's somehow that you have sort of incompleteness, that feeling of incompleteness that you have inside of you because of that. So you want to celebrate your achievement, but you feel like you haven't done um significant, something significant, that or you don't deserve it at the end. You might be feeling that, but so it can also, so there is also some sort of fear that comes, that what will happen after the celebration ends. So I can see that energy coming here as well, because sometimes, like, when we are victorious, we really are pausing and thinking what is coming next. Okay. And um there's a very, you don't know where to go next or what's going to come next. And uh and you don't know, like, what will the future hold for you. So I think these are the thoughts that are bringing in the resistance in your current energy. Okay. And the other thing that we can see here is the White Newman card. So this is a Newman deck, and it has two extra cards for Black and White Newman. So one of the readings that I previously did, I got the White Newman for them as well, for Aries as well in the resistance position. And for your reading, I've got again White Newman and the resistance position, and then for guidance we have the Black Newman as well. So we'll be looking at what does that represent. So basically, White Newman here represents that some sort of guidance. You know that there's guidance around you. You know that there you are connected to that divine and higher guidance that you are trying to receive from the universe or your masters or people around you, or that energy, whatever energy you get connected to. But you're finding it hard to tune in that energy, or listen to what they are trying to tell you, what the universe or the divine is guiding you, because you are too much drained in the daily commitments, the noise of everyday life. You're too busy connecting to that noise. Okay. So it tells you to open yourself up to all the spiritual insights or signs that the universe is trying to provide to you. The universe is trying to show you all these signs, but you're not ready. You're on the lookout, but you're not ready to see those signs, or you're not able to see because you're seeing all the things in the material world. These are the signs that are coming to you, but from the divine. And as a person, or the things that people are saying, or certain YouTube videos, or there are signs that you are receiving, and the voice of people that you can connect to, or the guidance that you are receiving in everyday life. You should be considering yourself very connected, that there are people taking care of you, that are providing guidance to you through other people, as well as so even if you're watching this video, you should consider yourself that there are guides around you that are wanting you to hear this guidance in form of this particular video. Okay, so you should be remembering that. Also, there's some sort of things that the universe is guiding you, either through synchronicities or coincidences, that might be that you're overlooking, sort of overlooking, that okay, these are just coincidences. Or maybe you're meeting a person and you feel like it's very coincident. It's sort of a coincidence, and you're meeting someone out of the blue, or some project gets assigned to you out of the blue, or there's promotion out of the blue, and you feel uh, that it's sort of a coincidence that somewhere you've changed jobs, and there's a person that you didn't know was present in that particular job, and you're just meeting that person out of the blue. And you might be thinking all that is coincidence for you, but try to think about it as, don't just blindly think about it as messages, but think about the things that can bring in guidance for you through these messages. Okay, so don't have that exactly rational mindset that just tells that okay, this cannot, because this thing cannot be logically explained, I won't believe on this, or it doesn't help me provide guidance. Okay, so there is, because this is in the resistance position, so there is challenge, following all that guidance and trusting the unseen, and just struggling between questioning about faith and questioning about logic, and thinking things that if logic cannot prove them, then faith also cannot change my thoughts. And so it's time for you to reflect on those areas in your life where um you might be feeling a pull, that this is the right path for me, this is the right direction, this is what I should be doing, this is the person where I should be with. And you might be thinking, you might be in those previous cyclical nature of life, that wheel of life, that you might be struggling with, what's lying ahead, what's in the unknown, if it's a new relationship, what's out there, if it's like a simple job that you have been laid out of before, and you've got a new job now, it might be in a different field, but you might be thinking that it's a different path, so I'm not happy. And there's sort of resistance, because there's some fear of stepping into the unknown. Okay, so that fear is there as well. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords here basically tells you that so see this knight here, they are sitting on this horse, and they have a sword in there, so it represents intellect. So here we had wands, and here we in terms of resistance, we have Knight of Swords, and then of King of Swords. Okay, so here in the present energy we have Knight of Pentacles and then Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so it's a mix of so resistance is in your thoughts basically. So it basically lets us know, and it tells you that you might be very, your thoughts are moving, uh, your thoughts are moving very fast for you, and it's and that's causing you impatience basically. So the pace that you are at, and the pace you are at in your life, and the thoughts that you are feeling thinking about, those, that pace doesn't match at all. Okay, it's very windy, and it's showing that it's you are the thoughts are trying to eat you up, and but the pace in your life, you might be feeling that you are not where you want to be in your life. So there's a lot of impatience, and a lot of things that you might rush onto, or some decisions that you may take without considering the full implications, some paperwork that you might sign, some relationships that you might get, some things or actions that you can take in relationships, or say certain things out aloud that really you do not want to say. So it tells you that think before you speak, think before you act. So this is one of the guidance for you as well for the upcoming month of April, Taurians, that think before you do anything, think before you speak anything, look at your actions, does it align with the values that you have? Okay. And are you always ready to argue without listening to others? And you should avoid that in order to avo- in order to avoid the misunderstandings that you have with loved ones around you. Okay. And it's only because, as I told you, you are feeling impatient internally, so that doesn't mean that you have to take it out on people around you. Okay. The only thing to cure that restlessness that you feel is, meditation, and uh, you know thinking slowly before moving quickly. So there's some caution here, so you have to walk cautiously. Okay. So control the intensity of the thoughts that you are thinking about, and slow down. Okay. Because those fast thoughts can cause you anxiety and stress. And don't overreact where overreaction is not needed. So this is what the Knight of Swords is bringing in. And instead of uh, if you're focusing too much on what will I say next, what should I do next, if this person has said, I'm preparing in my mind that okay, this is the attack that I'm going to do, because you're feeling defensive because of your thoughts. Then you need to slow down. Okay. Be present, and you know uh, be fully present and address what's currently in front of you. Don't think a lot, don't overthink. So that's what this Knight of Swords is bringing in. So the next we have is the King of Swords. So the King of Swords here tells you that your logical side, it basically tells you about your logical and analytical side. Okay. So it's telling you that, because it's a quick king, he has command over his emotion, uh, command over his logical and analytical side. Okay. So this king, because this is the King of Swords energy, so you might be detached, you might be having a detached approach. So that's why you're able to you just blurt things out or not think creatively, because you're being very overcritical or being detached. Okay. But there are things that require, and that empathy and that queen energy, that nurturing energy. Okay. So you need to balance that with your queen energy of having that the king energy is having that balance, that clear logical thinking, understanding, and leading with, you should be thinking about leading with wisdom and not just intellectual thinking. Wisdom is when you know about what are the past actions that have been done, what are the past things that we've done, but you don't let it affect a lot, and you have that compassionate nature in you as well. So there, and you're already a King of Swords, so you're thinking correctly. You have that intellect, you are intelligent, and you can think in the right direction for you. But only intellect is not needed, wisdom is needed, and that comes from experience. Okay. So that comes from experience. And it's also you might be uh, you might be not in control of certain situations in your life, because it's the King of Swords energy. So it's causing you resistance there as well, that you want to be controlled, either in your you're not able to control where the relationship is going and how things are working out. and why is the other person not present in your happiness, and why are the people not approving. So you might be there's a lot of uncertainties, and because you like controlling everything, but you should be remembering that you should remember that you cannot control how other people think about your situations or how other people react to your situations. The only thing is you can do action, and you can you can work on things in your life, but everyone's story is different. Okay, so focus on uh, try to let go, and don't focus too much on gaining control. Okay, reflect on what is taking control and being in a leadership position really mean for you. Have you always been in those sort of relationships where you've always taken charge? So that's bringing are you bringing that same taking charge or being over nurturing into your new relationship as well? So you need to think of those situations. Are you not giving yourself time to relax and rejuvenate? And are you feeling too critical that you have to keep you have to keep up your guards, and always think critically? But sometimes it's also important for bringing your queen side out as well, and letting the man take in charge of the intellectual aspect, where you can just be comfortable in his surrounding, and with him around, and you're just able to be as you are. Okay, so you need to think about all of these things, and how you can have a more holistic and wisdom based approach, and being in being in touch with your emotions as well while taking decisions. So it's bringing that energy. So these are all the four cards that we saw in the resistance position. So the four of wands here and the white newman together tell you that there's a conflict between as we saw, between you wanting to celebrate and move forward, and also there's also a conflict between moving into that spirit, getting that spiritual guidance that you might be resisting. Okay, so you are holding back, uh, you're holding back, but you're also holding back because either someone hasn't approved around you, and you want to make everyone happy, uh, or there are certain signs that you're not able to get guidance for from the universe, that why are you feeling this thing. So for feeling that you need to get inside, and you need to get that inner guidance from inside of you. Okay, and then we have, you already talked about both the king and knight. So both of these tell you about the strong mental energy, because it's bringing that intellect and action and decisiveness. So all that intuitive guidance you're receiving, and you're mentally ready to charge ahead, but and make all those bold decisions. But it's also it's a deeper part inside of you that is really telling you to pause and reflect before making any suggestion, because you just want to go ahead and do and blurt the things out and take decisions quickly. But you have that from your experience, there is a king of swords energy inside of you as well, that knows when to talk, what to order, how to have that wisdom inside of you. So you know don't be in this energy, and bring forward the energy and the guidance that we have received from both the cards together. Okay, so it tells you also to you know balance in order to make progress, and also take note of the wisdom and the intuition that you are receiving, and make sure that whatever actions you are taking are also aligned with your higher understanding. Okay, so yeah, so that's the that are the resistance cards and the energies that we saw between all those cards. And now we'll be looking at what are the guidance cards trying to tell us. So the guidance cards, again we have our King of Swords. Gosh, so we usually have readings that have one or two cards repeating, but in this reading we have three cards that are repeating. So that's why I use two decks to make sure or connect between energies, because both are the both. And then how that's how we get to know that what are the decks trying to tell you the most about your energy and where your energy is predominant. So first let's talk about the King of Swords. So we got the card again, and this is the other card that we'd got in the resistance position. So the King of Swords is telling you, and it's reappearing in your guidance, and it's really giving you a reaffirmation to use your clear and objective judgment and decisive thinking. And you know you might have faced with your resistances, okay, and applying your wisdom with clarity, okay, having that maturity in decision making process and having that balanced approach, because people are relying on you for being fair and truthful, okay, in your own life, in your own relationships and the projects that you're working on, okay. So it calls for being truthful and fair in your decision, because King of Swords is always fair in his decisions and has a lot of wisdom to take these decisions. So be analytical, it will help you guide through all the confusion that you might be having, okay. So and it will also be very helpful if you're mentoring people around you at your workplace, or the guide or the clarity that you would require to move ahead in your relationship. So you'd be thinking it not just with like, okay, this thing happened in the past, okay, this thing will happen now again. That's not possible, because the person you are dealing with is different. The person you were dealing in the past was different. The new job you're at now is different. The previous job that you were at, like, there are different sort of elements, right? So there's a difference, and you should be recognizing that in your life. And use the intellect, use that position of King of Swords, that energy that you are having, where you're facing resistance at, and also getting guidance on. Bring forward that energy and be in honest dialogues with people around you, and also letting other people in your relationship have that honest conversation, difficult conversations, where you can navigate clearly with them, okay. And use your intellectual power to serve the greater or the higher good that uh, for other people as well as for yourself, okay. Have that standard of communication, have that standard of that I'm not engaging in this I'm not taking these quick decisions, uh, I'm not speaking anything without thinking, and this is how um, this is how my way of talking will be, and this is how I talk politely in the relationship. This is how I'll be bringing forward to myself if I'm working on a project or on in a meeting. Even if people are not supporting around me, or I'm at a new workplace. So have that clear standard and high standard of communication with your words and with your actions, and it will let people slowly realize your integrity and your values, okay. So this is the guidance that we received from King. The next card that again we have got is the Seven of Cups. Where did we get Seven of Cups? In your present energy, right? So it again tells you that it's again re-emphasizing or reaffirming that you are facing a lot of choices, a lot of fantasies, being in that dream version, dream state that you have, thinking about the path that really aligns with you. And it tells you to prioritize what you want to get out of that dream state, and basically logically focus on prioritizing. Don't get too much lost in the wishful thinking. Instead, focus that energy on prioritizing your stuff and manifesting that stuff. Okay, so uh, also there are certain things, there are certain choices here that are just distractions in your life. There might be these three cups that are total distractions in your life, and this another cup that might also be distraction, and these are the only tasks that will help you grow in your life or move further in your life. Because we have a ladder here, we have a this thing here that's sort of resembling a house, or just fantasies that you have in your mind. So it tells you to focus on the fantasies and not be in wishful thinking, because the other things can be just distractions for you. Okay, on and you only can recognize what are distractions for you and what are things that you truly can work on. Okay, so you should be mindful in choosing all that, and be practical about your choices, and make sure that these choices are good enough for you to work on. Okay, and yeah, uh, also it tells you that whatever decision that you want, it should be you should be focusing also on the long term impact of those decisions. So it's re-emphasizing. Oh god, yeah, we got three cards here that are re-emphasizing. And yeah, here we have the tower moment for you that tells what happened here. Okay, so this is a tower moment for you, and it tells you that there might be some sort of shaking up of things that uh, that had happened in the past, and it has led to those that transformation. So you would want to embrace that transformation instead of just having your guards up all the time. And you know it's a good thing, it's not always a bad thing, because it has brought you out, or it has liberated you from all the previous structure or belief system or value systems that you um, were having. Okay, so it's like a storm that probably we might be thinking that it has brought in all the destruction in our life, or it has changed our life, or it has this is what my life was before, and now this thing has happened, and this is how my. But you should be thinking that although it has uprooted the trees in that storm, or the cars are also um, destroyed, or there's some destruction with the houses as well. But it has also it has also refreshed the soil as well in the storm. So your base has refreshed, and it's sort of a transformation phase as well. So even with all the changes, be resilient that you can stand up on your own feet. Okay, and find strength in the thing find strength in the things that you already feel that are very chaotic in your life, and are bringing all that chaotic energy in your life. So consider that, and break free from those constraints that might feel, or the old belief system, or those rigid belief systems that might be not very yielding, bringing in new opportunities for you. Okay, so it also tells you that a lot of unexpected changes that we can see in our life, it's bring it they just bring a lot of growth, and because it's a very unexpected change. So um, it tells you to remain adaptable, and find that strength in between after all the changes that you have been through in your life. Okay, and this is another card, and the Four of Wands again. We have got, where did we get the Four of Wands? So we got the Four of Wands here in the resistance position, and we now have it in this position. That's also guidance. So it's again telling you to return to stability and celebration after all that. Even although you've had that tower moment in your life with all that transformation, uh, so it tells you that changes, or all, like, although those changes in your life were very challenging, so they will lead on to a beautiful future, to a beautiful relationship, to a beautiful change in your life. Okay, it's like, having a light at the end of the tunnel. So it might be focusing on celebrations and finding joy in the celebrations in your life, or um, having your grounding yourself, basically, whether it be having a new home or a new relationship, just bringing in more a sense of community, spending time with your friends. And it also tells you that being happy or finding joy is not only likely, but it is definitely possible, and it is there for you, it is there in your energy. Okay, so reflect on the network systems and relationships that you have in your life that really uplift you and cherish you and nurture you, and recognize their importance in the bonds, and resilience nature that you have, and in the success that you are working towards. The other card here is for a black Newman. So this is the first time that we are talking about this card. So this really tells you that um, something is very, it's already signaling something about the tower energy or the transformative energy uh, at work. So something like white Newman, but it was a spiritual guidance, and you were resisting that spiritual guidance, right? So it now tells you that, because the things are now coming to surface and the things are now moving, but you cannot ignore it. It's becoming impossible for you to ignore this guidance. Okay, and it's very powerful and deep force that's prompting you to change. Okay, it's telling you to trust the process of transformation that you are having, even though your path might not be clear. And this is a very mysterious and spiritual energy, and it's bringing attention to the work that you want to do inside of you, the shadow work that you have to do to it tells you to confront those parts of yourself, confront those parts inside of yourself that you've always denied. And it's now telling you that there's already cause for you to celebrate in your life, right? But you're just making it hard for yourself and other people as well. So it's high time that you need to recognize those changes inside of you and work on the things that you are trying to avoid. Okay, what are the things that you are trying to avoid? What are the things that you are trying to get answers to? You cannot get it from the outside world, but if you are inside your but you can only find those answers if you go inside of you, inside the depth of yourself. So it tells you to have that inner journey, go inside of you and see what your true power actually is. So because it's also coming in together with the Tower card, it tells you that you know there have been a lot of structures in your life that have been brought down, but it is bringing in more spiritually aligned changes in your life, more authentic, more spiritually aligned changes in your life. Okay, so it's a period of rebirth, and it's period of connecting to what you are and where you want to be, and where universe is bringing you and placing you, and bringing you in a place where you actually are aligned um, with what your action should be and what the universe is trying to tell you. So it's bringing that energy as well here. So let's see now where what are the energies that, or some of the cards that we haven't seen in the guidance position together, are trying to tell us. So so King of Swords, we already saw that, but we have both of these things in our guiding position. So it's telling you that navigate through all the choices that you have, because you have that wisdom inside you that you know what's your higher good, and you'll be able to navigate those choices, and get rid of those distractions in your life. Okay, and the Tower and the Four of Wands together, they tell you that it's a significant shake up, and it tells you that after all that significant shake up, it will bring you to a more authentic, or connecting with those people around you that are really have are there to spiritually uplift you, or the universe brought those people in you that are spiritually aligned, or aligned to the goals, or aligned to the future journey in your life. And it's causing a more authentic celebration um, in your life, that's really telling you the one that is truly aligned with your energy, and truly aligned with your path, because Black Newman also brought that transformative energy in all this time. Okay, so if you're correcting this all these segments here in our reading, so because we have King of Swords in both resistance and guidance, and we have Seven of Cups as well there, and here it tells you to evolve your decision making from conflict to clearly thinking among all the choices that you have got, and go through them with logic and intuition. Okay, build a stable foundation, and listen to the spiritual guidance, and just balance your practicality with your intuition as well. Okay, so you should be embracing both of your like material aspects, as well as the spiritual path that you are being called towards. So that is really important for us here. um the next thing that we want to see here is the other four guidance cards that we've come that we have here. So the first guidance card here is telling you it's a time to give rather than to take. So it's really telling you to shift your focus outward. It tells you to be generous, be kind, be grateful, and share even not just material aspects, but also knowledge and resources uh, with people around you. Okay, and it tells you that it's not only about the money that you give, but also sharing our knowledge and doing volunteer work. It's not just going out in the world, or just helping your friend to be and Be open your ears and hear to what your friends and your loved ones are trying to tell you, and bring in positive energy in your life as well. Okay, so also balance your whatever ambitions that you're having and the time that you're spending on those ambitions, but also connect with the community around you as well. How you can do better for the community, how you can bring joy out in the world, how you can donate to the people in need. Okay, so reflect on how, you know, if you share things out in the world, you know, how can it bring and inspire other people and mentor other people, or it can help them find a new job or success in their career, or a step up in their career. So reflect on all of that. Okay, so be grateful, and give back out in the society, and that will create a cycle for generosity and kindness in your life. Okay, the next card we have here is the sacred well. So it tells you to fill your own cup so you can effectively help others. So until and unless your own cup is full, you won't be out, you can't be a mentor out in the world, you cannot take good decisions, and you won't be able to think logically, right? So self-care is really the foundation here. So create a sacred well inside of you. Okay, where you're filling that with all the energy and love, and when it's full, you can give freely without depleting yourself. And uh, as it's depleting, you'll know, like, what when is the time that you need to recharge. So put that emphasis and meditate on what the sacred well inside of you really looks like. Okay, so you can think of ways that you can replenish yourself through meditation, spending time in nature, or like long lost hobbies that you can work towards. So it isn't selfish focusing on yourself, because it's a sacred will that you have to fill inside of you. Until and unless you fill that inside of you, you won't be able to give out in the world. So create a self-care routine that really nourishes you from inside and out. It nourishes your mind, body, as well as your soul, and that you're giving or being grateful from a place of fulfillness, or not fulfillment but fullness, but not emptiness. Okay, then the another guidance that we have got here for the month of April is deep cellular healing, Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing. So Arcturus energy is like, it's really significant to that high frequency and very advanced spiritual and emotional healing, spiritual development and emotional healing. So, you know, getting in touch with those sort of practices, those sort of spiritual practices that connect you to this energy can really, help you with this spirit, like your healing process that you are currently on. Okay, so it's telling you that it's now is a time for deep physical as well as emotional healing, cleansing, and you know, you might be at that place as well where you shed the old layers and emerge with more aligned to your true self. Okay, so explore different modalities of healing, energy healing, listening to frequencies, like, and find the thing that's most aligned to you. Okay, and someone might also be connecting with healers or therapists around, who might be facilitating or helping them with this deep work that you are working towards. And it's telling you to work in a holistic approach, work through your past traumas and your wounds, and release that energy in a holistic approach, and that would address everything, your mind, body, and your soul. Okay, so that's the energy that we got here, and then the next is the ripple effect. So it's telling you to part of something bigger, details are taken care of. So it's telling you that the actions that you're putting out in the world, they have much wider implications, right? How you talk to people, how you are taking small decisions in your life, everyday decisions that are change, that impact how your upcoming days are going to be, and that are small, you know small pebbles in that garden of life that you are building. Okay, so you know you should recognize that even if you even if we are very small, we are part of something bigger that the universe has created us and wanted us to be a part of, and we are, and we should never forget it, and we should be thinking about our how are we impacting or giving back out, giving out to the universe as well. Okay, so focus on your path, do your part, do your actions, whatever you are doing, and trust in the larger plan of the universe that is out there and why they have created us. Okay, so your the things that you are doing for yourself, it's not just for your benefit. Okay, it it really elevates the collective consciousness of this planet earth, or the collective consciousness of this whole universe. And if we are bringing and giving that out in energy out in, or filling our own well and bringing that energy out, it's also giving it out into the universe and to the people around us as well. And it will also inspire other people to also begin their healing journeys, or we can be of support to them in their healing journey. Okay, so think about how all this universe, the whole universe is interconnected, money is interconnected, your job, your relationships, you with other individuals, how you're sending energy to other individuals, how you're able to recognize energy that you're getting from other individuals, everything is interconnected. Okay, your choices, there's a larger story that's unfolding, and we are a protagonist in our own story, because this is the story of our life and we are the main uh, protagonist, okay, of that story. So it's going to play a crucial role in the whole structure and the interconnectedness, connectiveness of the humanity. And um, you might not know that you how you're influencing people in the world, but your impact is really powerful and you should be recognizing that. So this was our reading for the month of April, Taurians. I know this was a very big reading. We got through a lot of guidance. We got through a lot of cards and how they were interconnected. I hope you really like this reading. If you really like this reading, please like and subscribe to my channel, and please leave a comment down below. And what reading would you want to see next? Would you want to see a love reading or a career reading for the upcoming month of April? Because there we can get into the specifics for what is the current energy at play, what is the resistance, and what is the future. And do also comment below if you'd want to get a live reading, live free reading. Would you want to see it on YouTube? Would you want to see it on TikTok, where I'll be like online for 1 hour or something, and people can ask questions and I can take out the cards and do a generic or a particular love reading, or answer their questions with yes or no reading. So do comment down below of what you'd want to see next. So till then, take care, and we'll meet. If there are no comments down below, I'll be doing a love reading. So let's hope we meet in our next video in the upcoming days that I'll be bringing out for Taurians for, and it will be a love reading. Okay, so till that time, take care of yourself, take care of your loved ones, stay strong, follow the guidance, take screenshots, add it to your watch later or your other playlist, and watch it on repeat if you want guidance at any day of your like upcoming weeks or in the month of April. So till that time, take care of your loved ones. Bye bye.